I don't know how else to describe it. That many yellow cards is utter thuggery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yellow cards. Never experienced the like of it before, genuinely. How's it going, everyone? My name is Stu. Welcome to my Football Manager 2024 save here with Deportivo La Coruña. Thank you for joining me in today's video, which is part number 59. It is also the first proper episode of Season 8. Yeah, that's a lot of seasons, where we're going to be taking on Villarreal in La Liga and then in the UEFA Super Cup, because we won the Champions League last season, we're going to be playing against Chelsea, the Europa League winners. That's going to be fun. And if you're excited to see how we get on in both of today's games, don't forget to leave a big like on the video for me. And don't forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so. You'll put a big smile on this face right here. What's not to love? So, if you've not watched us before, welcome. Go and put your feet up. Have a bit of a chill out. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you do, have a look up there. There'll be a playlist to the entire save for you to get your teeth stuck into. So, since you were last with me, nothing's happened. If you watched the last video, the transfer special, I've literally stopped record, got the team set up, hit record. That is where we're at. So that is going to be the 11. If you want to go over the transfers and everything, not that there was many of them, go and have a look in the last video. The big headline one was Baskakov, the new winger who's going to be an attacking midfielder because we don't use wingers anymore at this club, who we got for a bargain £20.5 million release clause, who looks like he could be sensational. Genuinely looks like he could be a bit of a superstar. Going to start on the bench today. I'm going to continue with Joe Veloso for the time being, but my word, he looks like he could be some player. But this is going to be the 11 for the game against Villarreal that is again away from home. It is Carnesecchi in goal, Quindmill, Herculano, Rebel and Illich in defence, Rodriguez, Maria, Litzkas and Veloso in the middle with Wahi and Salvador up front. Spare a thought for young Quindmill. He is one of our youth players, Ismail Quindmill, who's making his first ever appearance for Deportivo La Coruña. He has technically been with us since the beginning of the save. He is one of the first new gens that we got, kind of around the same time as Danny Boedo. I think he is younger than Danny Boedo. I forget how young Danny Boedo is. Is he 21 or 22? He's 22. He's a tad younger. Never made an appearance for us. Has never been considered good enough. But he's 2 stars and we lack a second right back at the moment. And our top right back who we've got at the club, Arnau Martinez, has been injured for a good chunk of pre-season. Although he's not injury prone, he has suffered with injuries. So we need to build him back up after those. So for now, Quindmill is in. And also we sold Sepp van den Berg, who was a centre-back who could play at right back. We're not going to dwell on that too much. We're just going to get stuck in, I think. But again, new signing, Baskakov is on the bench. But Sandoval, the exciting playmaker who we signed last season, but due to registration we couldn't get into the team, is here. And he will be featuring this season because we've binned Renan off, which means we need to go and get someone. There have been changes in personnel, but not many. We have got some of the youngsters on the bench who we plan to use this season as well. It's going to be nuts. Right, couple of shirt numbers. We are going to be using Quindmill through the season, so I'm happy to give him kind of a big boy shirt number. I'm not going to go too crazy. We'll give him the number 29. This guy's just filling space on the bench. He can have the number 50. Why not? And let's get to the game, shall we? And let's see what we can do. We know our right-hand side is going to be a little bit weaker than normal. That's fine. It was actually probably defensively one of our strengths last season. It has flipped around a little bit now. But let's just see how we get on in this opening game of La Liga, and let's see whether we can get a cheeky 3 points. I do this every single time when I play a friendly. Let me just pause the game. Paused it on the first second. That's a really good effort. Right, sideline, knock down 2 speeds, and that needs to be the league table. Not that it matters at this point. But away we go. We are underway with this La Liga season in the year of our Lord 2030. The season 2030-2031. We're into the future now, boys, and we're going to see whether we can, make it 3 in a row. That'd be nuts. I don't think we are this season. The depth isn't going to quite be there while we've got the youngsters in. Eliawahi's in here, by the way. And Eliawahi has gone and made it 1-0 in the 4th minute. I had doubts about signing that man. I'm a bit silly because he's just gone and done that. Quindmill, I tell you what, he's got involved early on here. He's not done a bad job at all. Maria with the ball here into Eliawahi, and it is a goal. When I say that, Quindmill's not been doing anything sensational, but he's also not done anything terrible in the first couple of minutes of this game. And he was helping out with Maria with the width there, which is good to see. not bombing forward. I don't want him to bomb forward. He's not there to be a forward bomber. He's there... Forward bomber. He's there to be support, and he's doing a great job. We've done a great job there, by the way. Eliowahi intercepting. Salvador now kind of doing a little bit on his own here. He could do with a bit of support. Gets it from Ilic, who has been coveted by Liverpool. We have had to fight off an offer or two from him. None of the offers we've had for him have been suitable. Adrian Rodriguez, who we've given a nod to this season over Yepes, who we've sold and made a loss on, has just gone and scored a lovely little goal for the defensive midfielder. Happy days. Ilic has been coveted. That's the point I was making there. It's a mistake from Becker there, and it's on the edge of the area for Rodriguez. Not known for his goal scoring, but it's a nice little goal there. Very happy with that, and it is 2-0. He wasn't the only one. Eliowahi was also wanted as well. And again, both offers, if the full amount of the offer was offered up front, we would have found it as a club very, very difficult to reject those offers. But as it stands, the club, Liverpool, actually would only offer part of it, and then the rest of it was all instalments. The only way I'd accept that is if it was a lot of money up front, and it was a decent amount, but to go and get a like-for-like player would have been a struggle. It would have diminished the team. We have rejected those. We'll see how we get on with that decision. Villarreal, momentum-wise, by the way, absolutely on top of us, but it's still only it's still 2-0 to us. Right, Quinn doing a decent job here. Gets it into Wahi. Wahi has been fouled, maybe. Nothing given. Nothing given. That's quite interesting. However, the counter-attack doesn't happen, and we come forward with the ball. Herculano just running forward because he can. Back to Rodriguez. Litzkas to Ilic now. Big cross in, looking for Eliowahi, and this time Juan Fernando, who we've looked at previously as a left-back option, has given away a potential penalty. It will be checked by VAR, but I think we've got ourselves a penalty here. Assuming the referee agrees with our judgment, he does. And I think it's going to be Johnny Salvador. Remember, when he was on the pitch, Chris Furich, Lord Chris Furich, as I refer to him from this point on, was our penalty taker. We didn't have many good penalty takers. Salvador isn't a particularly great one, and his penalty was saved there. That's the one thing we do lack, is a good penalty taker. We've got adequate penalty takers and nothing more. And a lot of the time, Salvador will do a decent job. Didn't do the job there, unfortunately. It is still only 2-0, but we do still have a whole half football to play. Maria whipping it in, looking for Herculano here. Twice Herculano's got on the end of it. Twice he's gone just off target. But I'm very happy with this first half. Other than the momentum, shots-wise we've been okay. We are away from home. I'll take 2-0. I'm going to say I'm happy with things, but we are going to have a word with a couple of players. I'm going to tell Salvador he needs to step things up. Veloso's not been particularly great. I'm not going to give him too long before I consider making a change. Litzkas as well. Not overly happy with him. Rebel, we're going to attempt to calm down. I would like a bit more from him. Quinn and Marco Carnesecchi, I'm actually quite happy with, but I think I'll leave all of the praise and stuff at that. We'll go with the same 11. We'll demand a little bit more from them, and we'll just see whether we can get another goal just to settle things down a little bit more. But we'll give it until about 60 minutes and then we'll start making changes. Right, Salvador chipping it in, looking for Veloso. That's got to be offside, surely. I don't know if I saw the flag up. That's got to be offside. If it's not offside, the Valencia defence should be ashamed of themselves because they've been absolutely caught napping. That's outrageous. They've been caught out there, those boys. They've been absolutely caught out. There was two of them. Wahi, I think that will be as well. So I need to see this with my own eyes. They're miles off. Our players were miles offside there. I'm adamant our players were offside there. I mean, that's just after the ball is hit. Let me... I want to get the timing bang on with this. I mean... Okay. Eliowahi. Joe Veloso. There's an argument to be made that Joe Veloso is played onside by this guy here, Maya Komac. I mean, the foot has not hit the ball there. I think Veloso still goes here. I think that should be offside. I'll take it, don't get me wrong. That is I mean, that's as far as it will zoom in. Let's do one more time. Okay, that's as close as I dare do it. So the ball has been struck here. I mean, a co-match to my eye is like a fraction behind him. But, I mean, it's VAR. I can't imagine this game is going to get it wrong in VAR, not like in real life. We're going to take it. Salvador gets an assist. Veloso gets a goal. It should be the other way around. It is very negligible. To me, the blue line is past the yellow line. So, to me, that should be offside. It's not offside. We're 3-0 to the good. I'm going to stop complaining about the fact that we're winning by 3-0. Because actually, it's a really good opening day result if we keep it like this. I'd like a clean sheet. Quinn Mill, I tell you what, for a last-minute kind of emergency right-back who's done actually kind of okay pre-season against lesser teams, he's done a good job today. And the ball's through to Salvador now. Salvador, his turn provider today. Litzkas takes it down into Maria, and it's deflected out for a corner. Lovely attacking move there. Really nice play. But we just can't get the job done. But it is a corner now for Maria. What is he going to do? Whips it in. Looking for the header Herculano again. Can't quite find him. Kovac flicks it out only as far as Quinn Mill. I'd love Quinn Mill to get a debut goal. Oh, it would be so nice if he got a goal. Right, Maria whipping it in again. Looking for the header Herculano. Again, can't find it. Litzkas is there though. And Vangelis Litzkas gets his first goal of the season from midfield. Falls on the corner. That did not really do anything for anyone. It was flicked out only as far as him. He's this guy on the edge of the box here. Comes in, finds the space, and just hammers it through the crowd. Doesn't hit anyone on the way through that crowd, which is quite impressive. And that is 4. Oh, we've built a good team here. We really have. It's another corner here, by the way. Maria flicking it in. Looking for Rebel this time. Can't find him. Quinn Mill gets the rebound in head of a co-match. He's had a poor game today. Maria now heavy touch. Quinn Mill gets it, though. Waits for someone. Gets it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez waiting. It's a poor pass from Rodriguez. And Quinn Mill probably didn't see the run. And if that's not offside, I'll be a little bit disappointed with my boys if it goes in. It didn't go in. And it was not offside. It's actually a corner. It was a save. Bit lucky there with our defence. Don't really know who I'd blame on that one. But probably a bit harsh to assign blame to anyone, really. Because at the end of the day, we are doing quite well. Header goes over from the corner. Right. New signing time. Veloso's going to come off for Baskakov. And Sandoval's going to come on for Litzkas as well. We might as well bring both of them on for a few minutes. I'm actually going to bring on Pereira and Romero as well, but I'm going to give that a few more minutes. I'm going to give them the final 10. Just so we are completely home and dry at that point. But those two signings, I mean, I say new signings. Sandoval did appear in the Champions League for us last season, so he has made his debut for us. But this is his league debut, so it's different. Sure. But we'll just see whether we can get some good minutes into them. See if they can do anything fancy in the final few minutes of this game. Speaking of which, there's Baskakov, who's looked tasty in pre-season. Into Elia Wahi here. Has he got his first assist? No, he has not. Wahi ends up forcing a save out of Moera, so that's something at the very least. Right, corner from Maria. Looking to whip it in. He's going to go short. He whips it in. Looking for the header Rebel. Can't find him. The corners haven't been that effective today, but we've still managed to make them work by getting on the rebounds of them. So it has sort of worked out for us. Right. Foyth now into Javier. Javier looking to get it forward back to Baena. Baena, we did look to sign at one point. Not this season, but I think 2 seasons ago. Same time we were looking at... the winger attacking midfielder we were looking at. He's gone to Real Madrid this season. I've forgotten his name. They've scored, by the way. Bit disappointed we've not kept a clean sheet. We are away from home, though, so they're going to have a bit of momentum at different points with the crowd. Baena does a good job here getting the ball to Carboni. He's kind of split right back and centre back, and I think you can probably point out there why we need a better right back. Quinn Mill's had a good game, though. I am going to take him off so Martinez can get a few minutes in. And I am going to make a change with Maria. He's going to come off. Romero is going to come on for his debut. Give them a little bit of a pat and say, go out there and do what you need to do. The quality of play is going to drop off at this point because we are bringing a couple of younger players who haven't really played with us before, other than pre-season this season on. And it's fine for them to not quite be all there. It's a learning game for them. And Pereira will be the final one to come on as well. So that is all of the regular youngsters who will be appearing on the pitch, including new signing Baskakov as well. I'm not expecting us to get any more goals. I am happy with 4-1. I am happy with winning the game. It's a good, strong start to defending our title. I will take that all day long. There it is, full time. Valencia battered at home. Gave a decent account of themselves at times, but we really didn't have to do too much there. And it was a nice, enjoyable game. Not just for us as Spanish champions, as Spanish European treble, quadruple champions, which is pretty much what we are. That's a good performance. Right, now we need to go and try and do the same thing against Chelsea. How hard can it be? Okay, we are back for the UEFA Super Cup against Chelsea, and we have an issue, and that issue is that our goalkeeper, Marco Carnesecchi, who's been honestly one of the standout performers in the squad since we signed him, is injured and out, so he is gone completely. To counter that with a little bit of good news, Adam Asnou has signed for the club. He is going to be our new left-back going forward. He can actually, to be fair to him, oh, apologies, I had a sneeze that came out of nowhere. He can play at right-back as well, so that's kind of made me think we can get by with him as a backup right-back. Now, admittedly, we like to play as a full-back on support on this side. He's not the most defensive full-back, but, I mean, we can get by. We can put him onto wing-back on... that doesn't really help at all. We'll get by. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But we've got him in as a backup left-back at the very least, so I feel a little bit better about things now in that regard. So now we just need to try and get some more things in terms of maybe a centre-back and maybe that elusive right-back as cover sorted. Although after his first performance, if we have to rely on Quinn Mill, I'm not going to be complete... Quindy Mill. I'm getting his name wrong. I mean, I hope he doesn't leave because of that. Quindy Mill. Let's get his name right. I hope he carries on this form because he's been really good. If we can develop to a 2.5-star player, right back is solved. We don't need to sign someone. Anyway, I have done a little bit of rotation. This is the 11 we're going to be using for the Chelsea game. It is Agriazabala in goal. It is Quinn Mill, Herculano, Riyad and Ilic in defence. Rodriguez stays at the base of the midfield, but it's going to be Veloso, Litskas and Baskakov in the middle, with Wahi and Salvador starting up front. A little bit of rotation. I'll try not to go too mad. Who knows how this is going to go? I don't think... I could be mistaken on this. I don't think we've come up against Chelsea in this save in the Champions League yet. So, I don't quite know how this is going to go. I'm not 100% sure how they've been doing in the Premier League. This is one of those games. It is obviously a bit of a weird one because it is kind of like the Community Shield of Europe. But it'd be nice to win it. I mean, they've still got some of the players they've got in real life in there as well. It's going to be interesting to see. This stadium, by the way, you're going to love this. It's the Steven Gerrard Arena in Nottingham with no club assigned to it. I don't know what this stadium is. It's got no club assigned to it whatsoever. Steven Gerrard is still a manager in either Saudi Arabia or Qatar or wherever it is. Either way, he's not ever been to Nottingham. I mean, I'm sure he probably has been to Nottingham at some point. My point being, the man has got no reason to have a stadium named after him in Nottingham. And yet here we are with a stadium named after him in Nottingham. And it's hosting the UEFA Super Cup final. Unless it's a new national stadium, but it's in England, so it's Wembley. So I don't understand. I really don't. Really don't understand. But that's where we're playing this. We're playing this in England. Chelsea technically have a home field advantage. I'd like to say that I kind of negate that, being me. Veloso does a really good job there, but just falls short on the final effort. It's weird. It's very weird, but that rant is over. I can get over that now. We started off pretty well, actually. The first highlight started with Chelsea in possession. We dispossessed them and then went with a chance. Match momentum-wise, we're doing pretty well. Shot-wise, we're doing pretty well. XG-wise, possession-wise, passing-wise, we're doing very well indeed, actually. If we can maintain this and get the ball in the back of the net, I will be very, very happy. I am just going to tell the two naughty boys with their yellow cards to calm themselves down. And I'm probably going to just tell them to ease off a little bit as well. We don't want a lot happening. How many yellow cards are we getting? Right. Okay, let's just take that off. I'm a bit concerned with the amount of yellows we're getting. And there's a few poor performances out here as well that we need to address. So I'm going to say I'm not happy. Look at the amount of yellow cards that we've got. That's outrageous. Right, you, and you. Calm yourselves down. You do better. You do better. And you do better. And everyone else, you're doing fine. We've got to take some of these yellow cards off. Why he's picked up a knock as well, which is not ideal. So Adam Hlajek can come on for some minutes. He needs a little bit. I'm going to take off Ilic for... Well, it's going to be Asnu. It has to be Asnu, doesn't it? So let's bring Asnu on and see what he can do. Quinn Mill's injured as well. So we're making a triple change at half-time. Due to injuries, knocks and yellow cards. And that still leaves the 3 midfielders on yellow cards. So, I mean, we've kind of been forced into 2 of those changes. And the other one is just because I don't really trust with the rating that he's not going to do very well. Right. Half-time. We're back. We're going to demand a bit more. Let's see if we can get a goal and try and win this. I'm not going to call it a pointless trophy, but this trophy that doesn't really matter. Our midfield are really struggling against Chelsea. Rodriguez and Veloso are really struggling. We've only got 2 substitutions left as well. Right, Litzkas, going to try and breathe life into things. To Herculano. We are a bit tired. I did forget to rest the players, so that's a little bit of a faux pas on my part, but, you know, we're just having to deal with it. Big ball whipped in. Looking for the header. Hlajek gets it over the keeper, but it hits the crossbar. Lovely little cross there from Asnu, the new boy. But it doesn't lead to anything. Right. Fire the boys up. Let's just see what we can do. Baskakov has now got a yellow card. We have really got too many yellow cards in this game. I'm a bit annoyed at my players for exactly the thuggery that they're doing. I don't know how else to describe it. That many yellow cards is utter thuggery. Utter thuggery. Rodriguez is having the worst game of his career. We've got more yellow cards. How are we just... I've taken off hard tackling. I don't understand how we're still picking up yellow cards here. Are Chelsea just trying to, like, dive us into existence or something? I know we normally go on, get stuck in. I've taken that off. So I don't quite understand what's going on here. Right, Riyadh now. One of the few players not on the yellow card. Over to 2 players who are on yellow cards. What a ridiculous game this has been. No goals, but plenty of yellow cards. We win on that front. Right, Herculano now. Into Rodriguez. Extended highlight here. Into Litzkas. Litzkas looking for options. Into Sandoval. So Salvador, rather. I've got Sandoval on the brain, and Maria should be burying that. But he does not, and it is still 0-0. And we have another highlight, and it's from Chelsea on the kickoff. Right, Caicedo now. Tackled by Maria. Fair tackle, by the way. Salvador's offside here. I mean, this is a weird highlight. That can't be it. Right, Salvador trying to intercept here. Can't quite do it. Neves now. Forward. Back again to Reece James. Back to Neves. What's going to happen here? Is it going to be us pressing to get a goal? Because we are very good at doing that. Right, ball to Chilwell. Chilwell cutting inside. Out to Alfrau. Johnson. It's a red card. Baskakov. I knew a red card was coming with the amount of yellow cards we have. FM, you need to telegraph that a little bit better. So we now don't have our attacking midfielder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yellow cards. 9 if you count whether he got sent off with it or not. I mean, that's not a great thing when it's his second game for us, but I've got 1 change left. I mean, Rodriguez is shattered. He's on a poor rating. It's got to be Rodriguez. So Litzkas is going to go to defensive midfield. And I'm going to turn him into a defensive midfielder on support. I don't want him to go in hard tackling. If anything, he's going to ease off on tackles. Hold position. I'm going to let him do his thing other than dribble. I mean, we need to put all these guys on ease off. Ease off, ease off. He's already on ease off from earlier. Got a bit over-exuberant there on his second appearance, his full debut. And, I mean, I think that's going to be the game. I don't think we're going to be able to come back into this. What I'm probably tempted to do is put these 2 further forward. Sandoval can't do that, though. That's the only problem. No, we're not going to do that. We'll leave them as they are. What a weird game this has been. All of the yellow cards, none of the goals. 80 minutes gone. We've had a red card just to liven things up a bit. I'm going to fire the boys up. We're going to hit early crosses and go a bit faster. But I think this is going to penalties. I think there'll be neither team have done very well here. We've dominated the game on match momentum and XG, but I think neither team really deserve to win this. There's still a little bit of added time here, though. Imagine if we can press them here to get in a goal. All we need to do is intercept it and go on a counter-attack. Right, ball into middle. Enzo, still at Chelsea. Johnson goes all the way back to Reece James here. We are, of course, now missing that attacking midfielder. Tell you what, Salvador doing some defensive work here, tracking back. I would have bet on Hlajek being the one to do that. Litzkas has done well there. No, he's not. He's been sent off. Number 1 has been sent off. Wow, what a game this is. We've just had another sending off. I'm staggered. I mean, we've taken ourselves off hard attacking. Litzkas was another one of the players who was on a red card. So now we are, well, we're in trouble. Let's be frank on that. We are now in trouble. Oh my word. Fortunately, we're not far away from what should be the end of the game. But, I mean, what a ridiculous game this has been. What an utterly ridiculous game. Right, let's just put into a box-to-box. Sandoval can go a bit more defensive, and we're just going to have to try and go with that. What else do we do? What's going to happen here is they're going to score from this free kick. They do not just yet. They still have the ball though. Badiashile, Chilwell, Neves. Agrizabala saves it. And there it is. It's extra time. It's not even penalties. We've got 9 men. Do you want a hilarious thing? Right back. Back at right back. Centre back. Midfielder, left back, midfielder. Everyone other than the strikers and one of the centre backs had a yellow card. We've got 10 players with yellow cards there. Sorry, yellow cards I said, not red. We've got 10 players with yellow cards there. 2 of them have been sent off. 9 men. I have no words with this game sometimes. I really don't. I don't really know what on earth we can do. I've got another sub, I think, which is great. But what do I do with it? What do I do with it? I've got another sub. Fabulous. I don't know what we can do. I don't know what change can I possibly make to kind of resurrect this. I don't even know. I don't even know. I mean, I could bring on Ribal for Herculano just to avoid a yellow card, red card situation. Do you know what? That is probably, in all seriousness, the most sensible one I can make. And then I think what we might do is, I want to keep high pressing. That's the thing. I want us to keep pressing. But we might have to change the midfield a little bit. So we go Sandoval sitting deep. Maria can box the box here. Hlajek can do shadow striker here. And I tell you what, Maria can go to Mazzala. So he's drifting out wide to help out here. They're both getting forward. Martinez is getting forward, trying to whip balls in. I mean, let's distribute to fullbacks. We're just going to have to try and... I don't know what else we can do. Right, well, this is going to be fun. Good luck, boys. May the odds be ever in your favour. Call it Chelsea. Oh, goody. I mean, if we're going to lose this, I didn't want it to be on a set piece. It might not be. It might be offside. If this is offside, it's hilarious. This would be absolutely hilarious. I don't think it is. The arms are up. I didn't see the flag up. It's 1-0. That's game over. We're not coming back into this with 9 men. I mean, I'll fire the boys up as best as I can. I have never, ever seen that many yellow cards in a game before for one team. Like, I know we like to stick our foot in. I thought Agrizabala has stuffed it up then. He hasn't. I mean, what a poor game this has been for us. Chelsea have come alive in the last, like, embers of the 90 minutes. And then they've relied on extra time and us being down 2 players. And so far, they've only been able to capitalise on it after 15, 20 minutes by 1 goal. They've capitalised match stat-wise, but that's how long it's taken them. I'm going to fire up. I'm going to go attacking. Let's just go for it at the last minute. We've lost the game. There it is. I'm not that bothered about that. It's not one of the trophies I was kind of looking at and thinking, oh, I really want to win that. It's a bit deflating that we've lost so early on in the season, but what a weird game of football on FM that was. What a bizarre experience to manage that team. Chelsea win. Great. Happy for them. Whatever. I'm going to say it's unacceptable. Purely for the weirdness of it. I mean, I'm going to... You two... Throw the bottle. What was that? You three... Abysmal. Like, really oddly weird performances here. Especially after the opening game of the season. It was almost like it's a little bit cocky. It felt like a bit of a cocky performance. The only player who's covered him... Well, no, I tell a lie, actually. The centre-backs, not including Herculano, and our reserve goalkeeper, Aguirre-Zabala, whose name I still can't say, Aguirre-Zabala, Julian, he is the only one with the centre-backs of Riyad and Rebel who can kind of hold their heads up high. So we now miss those two when we get to the Champions League phase. What a weird game of football. I know I keep saying it, but... I mean, the fact we only lost 1-0 is actually kind of impressive, but what an odd game of football. I have got to take a print screen of that. I really do. I think Chelsea should be ashamed of that, to be honest with you. Because we were level with them on a lot of things until the first red card. And even then, they had to wait until extra time after the second red card. Never experienced the like of it before, genuinely. Right, well, now that monstrosity's over, I think I'm going to go for a lie down. And then we're going to come back. And we'll come back in and around Champions League start time in and around this area. We'll skip September. We'll come back October, November. I did say we're going to try and get through the season a bit quicker this time. Barcelona could be fun. We might come back for that one, tie it in with the Champions League game. Hopefully by then, whatever this was is out of our system. That's the hope. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, do not forget to leave a big like on there for me. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm still getting over that last game. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe or I'll give you a yellow card. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I'm going to go for a lie down. See you later.